Hello and all, welcome to another episode of MMA Vision Analysis. After Alex Pereira comes out and claims that his account was hacked, apparently after that now infamous tweet saying what it said in regards to the UFC retirement, all that good stuff. Obviously, the guy comes out later, claims that it's a hack. Somebody hacked his account. And in the most recent episode of Good Guy, Bad Guy, obviously Daniel Cormier alongside Chael Sonnen, Daniel Cormier comments on the matter. It seems like DC's not buying it. We're going to talk about this whole ordeal before getting started. Make sure to like, subscribe, click that notification to get all it is that is new from this channel, your channel, one and only MMA Vision Analysis. Yesterday at this point, it was May 8th of 2025, that tweet came out where basically says Alex Pereira is not getting anywhere in terms of negotiations with the UFC, and he's not opposed, Alex Pereira that is not opposed to considering retirement at the age of 37. A few hours later, no more than a handful of hours later, same day, May 8th of 2025, Alex Pereira obviously comes out and claims that his account was hacked. And I believe the same day, it was yesterday at this point, May 8th of obviously 2025, Good Guy, Bad Guy episode airs. And obviously DC alongside Chael Sonnen talk about the matter, and specifically DC's not buying it. Now, they do give very reasonable reasons why they're not buying the hack thing, right? They claimed that it was too clean, it was too perfect, it was too precise, meaning that if a hacker did in fact hack your account, there would be much more silly things that would have probably unfolded during the supposed hack. But you know, apparently whoever this hacker was is very concerned about the rematch with Magomed Ankalaev. Now, let me tell you, I believed Alex Pereira in the second tweet where he comes out and claims that, I believe it was a tweet, obviously claims that his account was, I actually did believe the guy. But the way that Daniel Cormier laid it out, it's something to consider, to say the least. Obviously, he claims that matchmakers were recently in Dagestan speaking to managers of, well, the manager of both Islam Makhachev and Magomed Ankalaev. DC claims that things were brought up, specifically in this instance, the rematch between obviously Magomed Ankalaev, light heavyweight champion, and former light heavyweight champion Alex Pereira. DC claims that it was such a short notice, Alex Pereira just couldn't make the walk, basically, or refused the date. And that's what led the guy to actually post the tweets. Now, look, when you put two and two together, it's reasonable the way that DC is laying it out, but sometimes we have to give the benefit of the doubt to Alex Pereira. Even though the way that DC lays it out, it's just kind of, it puts things into perspective, and I really do understand the guy's situation, the guy meaning Alex Pereira's situation. You do not want to rush back in there. If that is true, matchmakers were talking to Magomed Ankalaev, you do not want to rush back into that octagon on a couple months' notice. You want to give this fight, I want to say, at least about 4, 5, 6 months, maybe, end of year 2025. October, November, December mark of 2025. I think that's what Alex Pereira was aiming at. He wanted to perhaps see Magomed Ankalaev enter that octagon one more time before he gets to him. Maybe the UFC weren't having it. It's, hey, you want to either get your title shot now or perhaps never. Maybe you were probably going to have to fight someone else if you're Alex Pereira. So it's probably why he did, in fact, post that first tweet. Because, to be fair, I think, the guy's frustration, you could totally understand it. We can have some empathy, right? But at the same time, you have to understand everybody's perspective, including Magomed Ankalaev's, the UFC, who's apparently ready to fight again, right? The champion is ready to fight again. The UFC, who looks at Alex Pereira as no longer the champion. I mean, look, as long as he was the champion, he was, advertised pretty well. Now, ever since Magomed's been the champion, no, honestly, you don't really hear about the guy, which tells you a lot. So I don't think that the UFC dislikes Pereira. It's just that, dude, like, you're not the champ anymore. Like, you don't get to dictate I don't even think the champs really get to dictate who, when the fight happens, but generally speaking, I think they have a bit more say than if you're not the champion. And, the way that DC lays it out makes much more sense. Like I said, it really puts things into perspective. If you made it this far, appreciate you for sticking around. Please let me know what you think in the comments. Like, subscribe for more.